An employee leaves the company on Friday. By Monday, payroll is stopped, the desk is cleared, and HR closes the file. But on Tuesday, that same former employee still has access to Slack, the shared drive, Salesforce, and the billing system. Nobody at the company knows. In May 2024, Finwise, a community bank, learned this the hard way. A former employee accessed customer data after their employment ended, and the bank didn't detect it for another 13 months. When they finally disclosed the breach in September 2025, the damage was already done. 689,000 people had their names, social security numbers, and account numbers exposed. This is not just an HR problem. It's not just an IT problem. It's a company problem. For years, enterprise software has sold pieces of the puzzle, but never the whole picture. I'm Benny Fluman, founder of Match B2B. Welcome to GTM Moves, where I break down a real company that made a brilliant go-to-market decision and share a lesson you can apply to your own business this week. Today's spotlight is on Rippling. Their recent move is one of the sharpest positioning plays of the last decade, yet it's often misunderstood. Let's dive into what they did and how you can leverage this insight for your own strategy. Every HR software company claims to boost HR efficiency with faster onboarding, better payroll, and cleaner reports. But Rippling sees a different reality. The true issue isn't HR itself. It's the fragmented employee data scattered across various systems. HR has one record, IT has another, finance has a third, and payroll has yet another. This fragmentation isn't just a hassle, it's an operational liability that no one takes responsibility for. The Finwise story illustrates the consequences when this liability becomes apparent. This single reframe is the key to understanding the real challenge. When a customer approaches Rippling with an onboarding issue, our sales team identifies it as a symptom. The real problem is fragmented employee data, which manifests in various ways. Think payroll errors, device management challenges, security offboarding complications, and expense approval delays. This reframe transforms the sales conversation. It shifts focus from the HR manager's office to key stakeholders like the CFO, COO, and IT leaders. Suddenly, Rippling is not just an HR tool competing with Workday and Bamboo HR. It becomes an essential infrastructure decision. This approach targets a different buyer with a distinct budget. This is a shift in problem ownership, and it represents the true go-to-market strategy. Because the buyer changed, the deal changed. New Rippling customers typically start with around 7 SKUs and expand from there. While most SaaS companies struggle to cross-sell a second product in their second year, Rippling's average new deal opens with 7. Their net dollar retention reached an impressive 200%. Their customer acquisition cost payback period is between 8 to 17 months, significantly lower than the industry median of 28 months. By mid-2025, their annual recurring revenue surpassed $570 million. Only after achieving these milestones did outbound become their primary channel. With about 150 sales development representatives, they book around 1,300 demos each month, half of which are scheduled over the phone. However, it wasn't the outbound strategy that was groundbreaking. It was the shift in buyer behavior. Outbound simply scaled what was already effective. Rippling didn't win because of outbound. Outbound worked because they changed who owns the problem. If you're stuck competing on features, the issue often lies not in your feature set, but in selling to the wrong person, with the wrong budget, solving a problem they don't fully own. Consider this. Are you describing a symptom your current buyer accepts, or a disease a bigger buyer cannot ignore? Once you've identified the real buyer, do you have a system that reaches them repeatedly until meetings start booking? Each week, I see Israeli companies selling abroad. Many have the right product, but few have done the essential problem ownership work. Almost none have built the system that delivers the new message to the new buyer consistently. That's the gap. At Match B2B, we take sharp B2B strategy and turn it into a system that books meetings. If your message is powerful but meetings aren't happening, the solution isn't necessarily more outreach. It's about understanding the buyer, addressing the problem, and optimizing the system that connects them. Send me a direct message. You can find my booking link in my profile.